Yo, yo, yo. Calvin Ellerby. Yeah, I see you. Beautiful day in Southern California today. Only problem when I go live like this, I don't have music playing at the same time. For the intro. I could have gotten my tablet to do that. How's everybody doing today? I see you, Mr. Ron Ross. Where are you at now, Ron? You still in California side, or are you back on the East Coast? I know you said you're going to be coming back down here in a couple weeks. You listening to the bird? Yeah, there's a bird chirping over there somewhere. Nice day today. Excuse my appearance, I'm a little dirty. I was helping my dad moving a whole lot of stuff right now. So I needed to get this Facebook Live in. I said I was going to do it this morning. You guys listen to that Facebook Live this morning? Some good information, especially the last 2 days. What's going on, Dejan? Hey, Calvin, I'm gonna have to get with you soon. It's been a couple of years since I've needed to get new suits, but I'm gonna be traveling a lot over the next 2 years. So, my man, I'm gonna have you hook me up again. I'll let you know. And I think I'm coming to the Carolinas sometime in the future too. But I'll let you know. And I think I weigh more now than I did last time, so we're going to have to do new measurements. Got to get back in shape. I got a little gut now. Oh, you're back in North Carolina, huh? All right, so let's go ahead and start. All right, I mentioned this morning, you'll be in Cali next Sunday? Good deal, good deal. I will be here until the end of June. We're going up to San Francisco for probably a week, I think. And so, yeah, the beginning of, we'll be in San Francisco for the 4th of July, but I'll be there for about a week. So, before I take off, we can hook up again. All right, I mentioned this morning about how much time you need to spend if you are in the cryptocurrency space and you want to be serious about it. And one of the things that successful people are very good at doing is time management. How to manage your time effectively. As a matter of fact, the reason why I am in cryptogenics is not that I need the training personally myself, but it saves me time from having to explain and walk people through what Bitcoin is, that I was doing before. Before cryptogenics, my inbox would be blowing up and people asking me a million questions. Hey, Brandon, I saw your Facebook Live. What do you think about this coin? What do you think about that coin? What's your opinion on what exchange should I use? What wallet should I use? How do I sign up with the wallet? Can we do Zoom Live or screen share so you can show me how to set up an Uphold account or Exodus? And I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. And I try to be helpful. But when you answer one question, it always opens it up for about 5 more. 5 more questions, 10 more questions. And then a week later, they come back with more because they're getting more excited about it. They're learning more about it. They want to talk to you about it. And I'm not a chit-chat type of guy. All right? So what cryptogenics has done for me is allowed me to save 90% of the time that I used to spend on just helping people by saying, hey, you need to go get this education platform. It'll walk you through everything you need to know. Go do that. So that's a major benefit of that, but it opened up time for me. So what type of time and how many hours should you spend? People tell me, Brandon, how many hours a day do you spend on your business and investing and whatnot? And my answer to that, it's always been a trick question to me, because my answer is when the job gets done. You know, I don't have a set, okay, I'm going to do 4 hours today and then I'm done. You know, I'm going to do 2 hours today and I'm done. You can't think of it like a job. You know, with me, it's when the job gets done. So if that means I'm up at 2 a.m., I'm up at 2 a.m. If that means I'm done and I'm done by 7 p.m., then I'm done at 7 p.m. I'll find something else to do. Well, to do what you want to do. So what I did was I looked back on, since I don't have how many hours I put in, I can go back and see how many hours do I actually do. So for example, let's say yesterday was Thursday. I called it Money Thursday. Money Thursday, because that's the day when we've got the most presentations. That's the day when... All right, I think I'm back. I had to switch off from, hey, my aunt. Patricia. I call you Trisha. Everyone else calls you Pat. My aunt Trisha. Trisha Robinson. Trisha, you know what it used to confuse me? When I used to hear people call you Pat, and I'm like, who the hell is Pat? And I didn't think Patricia. I just know you as Trisha. And congratulations on your grandson, my cousin, that has graduated from 8th grade. I'm so proud of that little man. I'm watching him very, very closely. Also, your other grandson, Kivanje. I'm watching him very, very closely. All right, anyways, time management. So what I did was, like, yesterday was Thursday. So for Thursday, Money Thursday, I do a Facebook Live in the morning. I don't remember if I did an afternoon Facebook Live, but one of these days I did. So that was 2 Facebook Lives, and mine, they go nearly between 45 minutes to an hour. And then I did another Facebook Live at 8 p.m. Eastern. I think that was about 30 minutes. And then I did a presentation. Sometimes I do 2 presentations a day. And then I'm doing multiple 3-way calls throughout the day for people that want me to speak to somebody and share information with them. Do 3-way calls. Then not to mention if I'm making a video or if I need to produce a video or upload one of the recordings and go through that process. What's saving a lot of time is I haven't done any marketing yet, so I haven't even started that part yet. And then when I added it all up, I think I spent 6 hours yesterday. 6 hours on just cryptocurrency. Or 5 hours, 5 or 6 hours. And you might, what? You put 5 hours? That's better than 10 hours a day on a 9-to-5 job. You know, that includes travel time, getting up in the morning to get to your job, preparing for it, getting in rush hour traffic on home. By the time you get home, it's like 10, 11 hours. So 5 hours, not bad. You know, some days I might make $2,000 that day, $3,000 that day. You know, one day I made $4,000 in one day and I spent 3 hours on crypto. So you can't equate as an entrepreneur the time to money like you do on a 9-to-5 job. On a 9-to-5 job, you know that if you work from 8 to 5, you're going to get paid 17 hours or $25 an hour. You know that. But as an entrepreneur, it doesn't work that way. You know, one guy said it best. As an entrepreneur, it works like this. You work, get paid. And when you get paid, it's a little bit. Then you work, get paid. And it's a little bit more. Then you work, get paid. Work, get paid. And then all of a sudden it goes, work, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, work, get paid, get paid, get paid, work, get paid, get paid, get paid. Then you start getting paid more than you're actually working. And that takes time to develop. It doesn't happen, you know, overnight. My first 10 years, I didn't make any real money in this space. And I put in a lot of work. It's all about planting seeds. So yeah, you're right, Mahfouz. I have a guideline about my schedule. I know when I'm open and available and what I do. I have habits, but it's part of my life, so I don't realize. I think I was saying this to Lashana the other day. I don't realize I'm working when I'm actually working. Like, let's take, for example, right now. Right now, I am sitting in the backyard, a nice sunny day. I can get in the pool if I want to. I'm going to get something to eat after this. Visit with my grandma. But I'm working because I'm doing a Facebook Live right now. What's going on, Christy? So this is work. Now, I'd rather this be work than sitting in a office somewhere, you know, a corner office. That's a different type of work. So back to time management. What got me on this is I read an article this morning where the guy said something about the article came out today, and the information on the article was already outdated. And that amazed me. That's just how fast things are moving. It was new information from today, but the information was no longer valid. It was outdated. That's why with Cryptogenics we talk about ongoing education. You got to be living this stuff every day. The market can switch and change. What happened yesterday when I was doing the Facebook Live? Breaking news. The SEC has declared that all cryptocurrencies that are decentralized are not security. And the market immediately did a turnaround and went up $8 billion. So at that time, you know, if you're paying attention, you can make a couple of trade moves, make some money. I think I made $500 while I was doing Facebook Live. I did hit a couple of buttons there. So you got to be on top of this, especially if you're in the crypto space. I laugh at people that call themselves experts. I'm not an expert. I'm just informed. And I stay on top of the news daily. Even though I'm doing 2 talks a day, there's still not enough information. I'm still behind. I still learn stuff. Every single day, I'm learning something new. Every single day. So you have to ask yourself that question. Not only are you learning something new every single day, but how much time are you actually putting into your day? Jim Rohn talks about planting seeds. And when you plant a seed, you got to water that seed. And when you water it, you're not going to see it grow immediately. And the seasons may go by and you're like, I'm watering this seed and it's not growing. But you know what's going to happen the moment you stop watering that seed? It dies. But you don't even know it because it hasn't grown yet. But when it does sprout, it's like a bamboo tree. It becomes it's the fastest growing tree in the world. All of a sudden, it just shoots right up. I think I said the other day in this industry, I've never seen, or it's rare for me to see people making intermediate money. You know, $5,000 to $7,000 a month. You're either making a little bit of money or a whole lot of money. You know, because that seed that you've been planting and you've been watering, it shoots up. It doesn't just grow halfway. It just keeps going. Baby, you go all the way to the top. So you got to plant your seeds, and your seed is in your time. And you got to have the faith to know that if you keep doing this, one day that seed is going to sprout. What's going on, Bouger? Again, I apologize. I'll make it up to you. From Chicago. But anyways, how much time should you spend? Well, I would say on average, and I'm not talking about that you're actually day trading. I'm just talking about being immersed in the space, that you're talking about your business, that you're reading about it, that you're learning about it, that you're maybe doing investing moves, you're whatever, just doing something in the space. I would say at least 4 out of 5 hours a day. Yeah, about 4 to 5 hours a day. Hey, Bouger, you can ask around. I'm not stuck up or uppity or nothing. I'm cool. Anyways, 4 to 5 hours a day is what you should be putting in. Now, how do you do that if you're working a 9-to-5 job? Well, let me tell you what I did when I used to work a 9-to-5 job, and I was in the e-commerce industry. So everything you see me doing now for crypto, I was doing for e-commerce. I wasn't doing Facebook Live, but I recorded myself doing videos, reading articles about e-commerce. They're all still on the on YouTube. You go back and see back in 2013, 14, and 15. Those years, I got a bunch of videos on that. What laugh though? That one? I don't know what that means. Don said something about my laugh. I don't know if that's good or bad or devious or what. I can crack myself up sometimes. But what I used to do when I worked a 9-to-5 job, every time I was on my break on my job, I was reading articles or I was doing something or a 3-way call. So that's like 2 15-minute breaks, right? One in the morning and one in the afternoon, or a 30-minute break. And then you got lunchtime, an hour lunch. You know what I was doing on my hour lunch? While I was eating, I was listening to Jim Rome. Or listening to, it wasn't a podcast, I will pull up YouTube videos that's about personal development or about e-commerce and stuff. While I'm at work, I would be, since I couldn't talk, I would be texting and responding to people in text messages. So I'm on my job, but I'm still doing my business at the same time. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. You know, you might get in trouble on your job if you do some stuff. Sure, Mahfouz, go ahead and adopt it. I don't know what the laugh is. I just do it. Just, I don't know. All right, then, as soon as I got off work, on my way home driving, I'm on the phone. I was doing 3-way calls, or I was talking to my upline or a mentor, asking a couple questions. Then by the time I got home, you know, had to eat dinner with the family. But I couldn't even do that because the East Coast, I'm on the West Coast, so East Coast people, now if I get home at 6 o'clock, it's 9 o'clock for them. So they already ate, they already chilled out. Now they're calling me for 3-way calls and asking questions and just bugging me. So I got to go through that. So I would eat dinner around 7 o'clock my time, because now that's 10 o'clock East Coast time. Those people are about to go to bed. So after I eat dinner, then I am doing my 3-way calls as far as the West Coast, because it's now about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Then when the family finally goes to bed, I would be up until 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Just record. That's when I was recording my videos. Now that the house is quiet, my youngest, he's 10, but he was younger back then. I'm talking like 2 and 3. And some of those old videos, you may even hear him in the background making a whole bunch of noise. So I had to wait till he went to sleep, so that, because every time he saw me with the camera on or recording, he thought, okay, it's showtime for him. He wanted to be heard and seen. So I would do it until 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Go to sleep. I would be right back up at 6 a.m. to get ready for work. And that was my routine. There was no, you know the excuses I hear now? Well, the game's on. Well, I got to watch Real Housewives. Well, American Idol's on. You know, I got to chill out. I had a long day at work. Monday Night Football's on. I got to get my beer and sit on the couch and, you know, relax. They beat me up at work. I'm like, huh. Excuses. It's not an excuse. It's reality, Brandon. You can't call that an excuse. Excuses. When you want something bad enough, nothing in the world is going to stop you from getting it. Because I say, I was in the same situation you. You don't think I had a long day at work? You don't think I got tired of getting beat up? Working for people that I had more education than? And then as I got older, I remember when I was 35, and my boss, who worked at a different office, but he was all of our boss, was like 28. And I'm like, I got to listen to this clown all day? I got to listen to this kid tell me what to do? So for me, freedom was worth more than the pain of staying up late at night or having the comfort of a couple of hours of relaxation time. Because the way I saw it, if I keep planting my seeds and they sprout, then I don't have to have just a couple of hours of comfort. Every hour of the day is going to be comforting. Man, I'm looking at this mirror. That water looks real tempting. Let me stick my toe in it. Oh, that feels good. It's hot out here. All right, anyways. Yeah, you can't do that if I'm working a 9-to-5 job. Put my foot in the water. It's not going to happen. So, if you're working a 9-to-5 job, I would give you this. Maybe 3 hours a day. 3 hours a day into your crypto business. Whatever activities you do. I would advise to focus on income producing activities. You know, not sharpening your pencil and putting your papers in order, checking your emails, reading the statuses in the Facebook group. That ain't productive work. That's busy work. I'm talking about productive work. I'm talking about read some news articles. I'm talking about do 3-way calls. Record a video. Talk to people about crypto and Bitcoin. Have conversations about it. That's productive work. You want to do some sales. Knock out some sales. You know, I know some people that go to door selling either knives or they're selling vacuum cleaners. And they do that all day and get rejection after rejection after rejection. But they know that 2% say yes, and that 2% can earn them a lifetime income. So they go through all the no's, and I'm like, you know, with us, if you just sold one mining machine a day, if you try to work it like a job, you're making $500 a day. $500 a day. Now you're talking about a couple grand a week. A week. So now you're talking about $13,000, $14,000 a month. If you want to think like on a job, I do one sale a day. And I focus my whole day on just trying to get that one sale. I might go through 50 no's before I get that one sale. So how many hours did you put in? You put in 3 hours and you made $500. So you break that down, that's what, $175 an hour? Something like that? That ain't bad. Now what if you are not working a 9-to-5 job? And sometimes this is the hardest because I struggle with this. I struggle with, since I don't have a boss, I'm my own boss now. You know, nobody's there to tell me what to do. So if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, who's gonna get me in trouble? Who's gonna write me up? Who's gonna put me in detention or something? So you can get a little bit lazy. And I admit, the times I have performed the best have been times in adversity in my life. The one time I got laid off from my job, this was back in 2008, 7 or 8 or so. I got laid off from my job, and the only income I had was from my home-based business, and I blew it up first couple of months. The second time I had a big explosion was when I was the #1 money earner of my company, network marketing company. Some of you have met me during this time, and I got terminated from that company illegally. That's when Troy Dooley stepped in. That's how me and Troy really kind of got together. And then I also got a pink slip notice on my job I was working at the time that said, there's possibility that you can get laid off because we're moving our office to San Jose. So if you move up to San Jose and relocate, you can keep your job. But if you don't, you might get laid off in a couple of months. We can't guarantee that it'll be safe. And I was like, relocate my family up to San Jose, one of the most expensive areas in California. And on a salary that wasn't even paying me enough money in the first place, right? That's an option. That's an option. Or I stay at home and work my business and go off of faith. What to do? Well, I put my head down and went to work. It wasn't easy. It was completely stressful at the time. You know, if you are a husband and a father and a provider, and you lose your number one source of income, and then you get a pink slip that you might lose your second source of income, you know, that can be stressful. But when my feet was to the fire, I stepped up on that, and it took almost 90 days, and I was back above 5 figures a month. And then again, fast forward from that day 6 years later, last year, August 2017, I was at one of the lowest points financially in my life. You know, I made a couple of decisions. I was changing my career, and I didn't exactly know which direction to go in. I was retired from MLM. I didn't want to go back to that, even though I was good at it. And I was like, what can I do? Maybe I can make this crypto thing work, but if you don't have a lot of resources, you're not going to make a whole lot of money up front in the crypto space. You know, it's not get rich quick. And I went ahead and got hired for a management program with DirecTV, which was a joke. Again, the guy that was training me, here I was, 41 years old, just turned 41. And the guy training me, who ran that office, was 26. 26 years old. He was making about $25,000 a month. 26 years old. Talk about being humbled. And I'm like, what's wrong with this picture? He didn't even have a college degree. I got a college degree in student debt on that. He's got no college degree. He's a hustler. Hustled his way. He's got his own management store, and the program I was a part of was I was going to be overseeing corporate training of some store, and I would have made good money, but I had to go through a 6-month process. 6 months where I was going to be paid like, you know, the people on the floor that, you know, you see if you go to Costco or Walmart or whatever. And I had to do all of their jobs before I can become a manager so that I know how they do what they do. 6-month process. I needed money right now. I was living off of my savings. And the day I was supposed to start my job, it was a Friday. And one day I'll post my little DirecTV. I think I showed Shauna that picture, Shauna Ross, where I'm standing outside with my little DirecTV shirt on with a little symbol on it. Stupid look on my face. And I said, hell no. So I turned around, didn't even go to work, quit before I even started, and put my head down and base it on faith and said, I'm going to take the skills that I've learned and apply it. There is no guarantee. That's the one thing a lot of people are waiting for. They won't move a muscle until they're guaranteed something. You know, I need to be guaranteed that I'm going to make money. And because of that, they're paralyzed. There is no guarantee. You're just going to have to put faith in your training. It's like the military. When the military goes through training, you don't think, you just fall on your training and follow orders. So I just, said, you know what? I'm going to put it on faith. God got me through everything up to this point. Why in the world would all of a sudden he let me down now? So let me just go for it. And I did. And then was that October, struggled through September, October 2017, boom, it's like a rocket ship took off. And the rest was history. I don't need to say how much money I made and all that. That's not the point. But I made a decision and I went to work. I took action. How many hours do you put in? When the job gets done. I don't care how many hours it's going to take. So how many hours should you put in? If you're not sure what to do, then at least 4 to 5 hours a day. If you're willing to put 8 hours a day on a 9-to-5 job that is barely paying you enough money so you don't quit, and you only work hard enough so you don't get fired, and don't act like that's not what you're doing. I know you. I know you doing that. I did it. Work just hard enough so you don't get fired. And they pay you just enough so you don't quit. If you're willing to put 8 hours a day in on that, you could put 4 to 5 hours in your own business. That's going to give you complete financial freedom. Freedom to come and go and do as you please. Whenever you want, with whoever you want, however you want. Every day could be a Friday, or every day could be a Saturday. So time management in crypto is one. Always be learning every day. Always be reading the news and the articles. Stay up to date on it. And then apply that knowledge. Make sure you're doing not busy work, but make sure you're doing productive work. Work that's going to produce you a check. And then, what's the next step after that? And then repeat, rinse and repeat. Consistency. It's like going to the gym. You know, this is where I fail. I've gone to the gym and stopped about 4 times this year. Meaning I got really motivated in it, right? Started really doing it. And then for whatever reason, I stopped. One time I got sick and I stopped. Another time, whatever reason, I just stopped. Now, I'm doing it again. I'm going to be back in the gym, like clockwork. But this time, I'm going to challenge myself not to quit. I want to rescope my body. You know, I want to be looking good when I'm doing these Facebook Lives. So, because I'm going to be traveling, so I got to be in shape. I got to look good. So that's going to be another commitment I have for myself. Wait. Angel Nieves just sent me something that Kawhi Leonard to the Lakers. No! Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, and Paul George to the Lakers. I'm conflicted. I love my Lakers, but if LeBron comes here, what am I going to do? Anyways, let me get back on track. Doggone Angel. Anyways, just take action, ladies and gentlemen. Put time in your business. And you can look at yourselves right now and ask, how much time am I putting in my business right now? How much time? If all you're doing is, oh, I'm on a presentation twice a week, especially if you don't even have a guest on the presentation, I'm going to give you one, before I leave, I'm going to give you one last secret here. If you want to have success with cryptogenics, I'm so excited. One of my members made $10,000 this week. 1 week. It's huge news. I mean, we are, what, 8 going on 9 weeks old? And only 2 people have made more than $10,000 in 1 week. Myself, and now this gentleman. So I'm real proud for that fact. But if you want to have success in cryptogenics, then don't talk about cryptogenics. Stop trying to ask people, hey, do you want to get some crypto education? They're going to say no. See, you have to solve a problem for people. People like to buy. They don't like to be sold. So, if you're a woman that's married, for example, and you've got a stubborn husband, and you've already figured out how to control him to get what you want, is to let him believe that it was his idea in the first place. So, you're still getting what you want, but let him believe he made that choice, and it wasn't forced upon him. So you got to think like that. It's a psychological game I play here. So instead of me talking about cryptogenics all day, I talk about cryptocurrency all day. I talk about Bitcoin all day. I talk about how the industry is changing, how our world is changing, how every single one of us is going to be impacted. I say for those of you that are not plugged in, those of you who are not educated are going to miss out. See what I'm doing there? I'm planting seeds. I know how the human mind works. And then the next thing you know, somebody shoots me an inbox. Hey, I love what you said about that. Where can I get some more information so I can learn? I'm glad you asked. I got an education program for you. Here's the link. Every single person I signed up, I did not shoot them a message in their inbox. So if I sponsored you, ask yourself the question, how did Brandon sponsor me? What did he do? And then you do the same thing. That's how you're going to sponsor others. Oh, I saw him do a Facebook Live. Oh, I watched one of his videos on YouTube. Well, duh. Do some Facebook Lives. Put some videos up on YouTube. Talk about cryptocurrency. Read news articles. Just read. Tell your story. Get out in front of things. I know it's rare I ever got this camera on, but I always got the microphone on. I'm always running my mouth. Start talking. The more you talk, the more money you make. You don't talk, you don't get fed.
Cryptogenics.